Hi there, Lindsay here, the Frugal Crafter. We're in a different room today. I know it's kind of exciting, but I have a review of this desk, which is the Flexispot Comhar standing desk with drawers, or drawer I should say. This drawer is pretty big. I've got my laptop in here. I'm going to push it to the back just so you can see how much space you have. So then you have another room. You would have room to put like a watercolor palette and some brushes, a tablet. I would say this drawer is about 1.5 inches thick, and gee, let's see, this is a 12-inch paper trimmer. Let's see how far that will go in there. I would say it's probably about 11 inches deep. So you've got a pretty decent sized drawer there. A little groove to put your pencil. This is one of those desks that will rise and fall, so you can set it up to whatever height you want. And you can also set like pre-programmed heights. So if you always sit at a certain height in a certain chair, you can set it to that. If you always stand at a certain height, you can set it to that. So here I'm just going up as high as it will go. Look at that. I mean, this is super tall. All right. It will go up to 47.5 inches. And now we will take it all the way down. And you can see it's pretty quiet. It's not going to wake up a sleeping baby in the other room. It plugs into the wall. They do have a rechargeable version. That one is significantly more expensive though, but I did want to let you know about that. And this will go down to a minimum height of 28 inches or 28.4 inches. And like I said, you can program it to whatever you want. You can store 4 different presets on this desk, and you also have a handy lock button which you just hold down for a second and it will lock to wherever you've last stopped the desk, and then the buttons do not do anything when you press them. That's handy if you have kids around. To unlock it, just hold the lock button down again for a couple seconds and you'll be able to move the desk again. This desk features 2 standard USB ports for charging as well as a USB-C port. The nice thing about the ability to raise and lower the desk is if you've ever been like doing a project and you've been beading or painting or anything, you start to get that kind of pain between your shoulder blades, you know what I mean? If you have something like this where you can raise and lower it, just, get that perfect sweet spot where you're not in pain and you can work for it quite a while. I chose this was sent to me for a review. I want to be completely clear with that. And I've been reached out to this company, Flexispot, quite a few times over the past few years. And I've always just kind of said no thank you because I didn't really feel like I needed another desk. I mean, really, do I need another desk? No, probably not. But I never really saw the benefit of the standing desk. I have a bench downstairs in the room of hoard where I can stand and work. It's a great big island that I work on if I want to stand. And then I have my filming room where I sit. And I have another bench in the room of hoard where I can sit. So I'm like, I got a place I can stand and work. I got places I can sit and work. Why do I need a standing desk? And then I went to the Inktober retreat in New York, and they had standing desks in every room. And those desks were on castors, and you could roll them from your room if you wanted to work alone into the common area if you want to work with others. It was the same size as this. And it was plenty of room. I had my big 262 marker pack out there. I had my watercolors, and I still had plenty of room to work. And it was very stable when I rolled it around. This does, I did get the castors for this. That doesn't come with castors, but you can add that on as an accessory. And if you do like to move your desk around and move your furniture around, I highly recommend it. And the reason I thought this might be a good idea for home after using it at the retreat for a week is that we have a computer desk. This is my office, so there's a computer desk over there. There's really no space to work on the computer desk unless you're working on the computer. There's no room to write or anything like that. So, if the kids are home, they're sitting on the couch with their laptops on their lap, or they're at the kitchen table or whatnot. So I thought this would be great because not only could they come in here and work, but they could roll it into their room if they want to, work in private, or maybe they just want to wrap Christmas presents and want to roll it into their room. So the castors are nice. They're heavy duty. They go on. There's like a little wrench that comes with them to tighten them up. Everything was really, really sturdy. It was very easy to assemble. Very rugged. It's very heavy. So I would say if you're considering getting a standing desk, that you figure out what level of your house you want it on. Actually, if you are going to be, if you're not going to get the castors, I would assemble it in the room you're going to have it in, because I chose the glass top, maybe that added a significant weight, but I feel like it came in 2 boxes, and I feel like the top and the stand both weighed around 45 to 50 pounds. So it's a heavy unit. You'd want to move it to where you want it before you assemble it, because once you assemble it, it's going to be twice as heavy. So I chose the white glass. The reason I chose the white glass is because I struggle to keep a table clean. Downstairs I have a painted white door that's my main work table, and I cannot get that clean. It's got so many stains on it. So I figured this would be great because then I can just use a razor blade and scrape off any paint that gets dropped. Or just, you know, if I want to paint something really quick and I've got ink pads, I could just like press the ink pads down. I could pick the ink up with a brush, paint, and then just wipe it off with some Windex. So I thought that would be the best. They offer white glass or black glass. Black glass is very reflective and it's hard on my eyes, so I wanted the white. I don't intend to film on this desk just because it is glass and reflective, but I think it's going to be really nice, especially in front of a window like this, to have all this reflected light, but not like the harsh reflections or almost mirror-like reflections that a black top would give you. The glass top is more expensive. It's I think probably like $100 more expensive than the typical top. They offer bamboo and they offer chipboard in a variety of different colors. So if you wanted like a matte surface that was white, you know you're only going to be doing clean crafts on it, you don't have to worry about glue and ink and stuff like that, then that would definitely be a good option. And I reckon it's probably quite a bit lighter, because this is at least a 1/4 inch glass. It's heavy. It's heavy. So I did want to give you that information. The pros and cons. The pros, it's ergonomic. You can raise or lower it however you want it. The castors are wonderful if you opt for the castors. I've rolled this in every room downstairs except the bathroom, and it has moved around really well, even over different surfaces. Like, I wouldn't say it's great to going over little area rugs, but if you got to go over a little rug, or you got to go from a carpeted room to a hard floored room, it's fine. The other pros, easy to clean, it looks really nice, it's very heavy duty, very solid, and I would say it's mostly all pros. Now the cons, I'm gonna be honest with you, it's expensive. It's not a cheap product. So at the time that I am filming this desk with the glass top was on sale for $449. If you chose one of the other tops, it was $349. So, and the regular price was $5.99, and that's without the addition of the castors, which were on sale for $29.99, and they're regular, I think, $59.99. So, it may definitely be a good idea to keep your eyes open for a sale. Like I said, it's not an inexpensive product, so I did want to let you know that. Generally, if I'm spending that much for a desk, I'm getting something that's an antique or, but less practical, because I have this cute little desk in the living room that costs more than the price of this, and it's the drawer stick, and it's not very practical, but it's so cute. So very practical, expensive, and the other downside that I found with this desk is that I was hoping I would be able to sew on this, because at where I went to that, and maybe I'm being too picky, but where I went to the retreat, they had a different top on it, and that could be why. They had like the chipboard top, and they said they do quilting retreats. Now I didn't sew on it there because I was there for an art retreat, but they do quilting retreats there, so I thought, well, this would be great if I could sew on this. I can't sew on my benches downstairs because they're hollow Luan doors and there's just too much bounce. So it's kind of hard to find something you can sew on with a sewing machine, because it will want to bounce and vibrate. There is still a little bounce here, and I will insert some footage of me sewing. I didn't have anything I needed to sew, but I did grab some fabric and just test it out, and I was getting a little too much vibration for my liking to recommend this as a table that you could sew on, which is really a shame because it's a great size. It would be a great size for a sewing table. Maybe I'm being too picky because I don't have a sewing table. I usually just bring if I'm going to be doing like a garment project, I bring my machine up to my really thick kitchen table and sew on that. Or if I'm just doing a craft, I have a little bench that I sew on that's, I guess it's more dense or something because it doesn't vibrate. Maybe because it's smaller, I don't know. So maybe I'm being a little too picky. Maybe that's what you're going to get with a sewing table, but I was a little dismayed by the amount of vibration I got trying to sew on this. But as far as painting and crafting and beading and any of the other, or office work, anything you want to do like that, I think this is a really fantastic option, albeit expensive. So, and I also can't compare this with any other standing desks out there because this is the only one I used. And I'm like 90% sure the desks at the retreat were also Flexispot brand, but it wasn't this model. So, so yeah, I'm just specifically reviewing the Flexispot Comhar desk with drawer. Assembly, super easy. 2-person job though. I would definitely say it's a 2-person job because these pieces are heavy and you do have to kind of lift. You put the, I'll insert some clips of assembling this. You put the tabletop down on a rug. If you don't have a rug, I would leave it in the box that it comes in so that you don't scratch it, especially if you have one of the other surfaces. I don't know how, glass I think is going to be the most durable. And then you lay the center bars go on top, and they sit down pretty good because they're so heavy. They do sit where they need to sit, so you can screw them in. So the assembly was very quick and easy, but it is heavy. So that's the other thing I want to just warn you about. If you're getting this delivered and you want to put it together by yourself, you may struggle with that. You might want to have somebody else, because then you have to flip it over because you're assembling it upside down. So you're going to need to flip it right side up. So it's definitely, I'm going to say, a two-person job. To do it safely, to do it right, it's a two-person job. So, if you're going to order this desk, plan to have somebody there that can help you. It's not flimsy at all, so that's a really wonderful thing about this, and I'm happy to have it. I didn't really see the appeal of the sit-stand desks because I had different work surfaces at different heights already, but after using it for a week at the Inktober retreat, I was like, oh yeah, I definitely see the appeal, and having the castors. I think for me, having the castors are non-negotiable. Being able to move it, like if I want to be right in front of the window, I can. If I want to turn it around so I don't have that glare from the window, I can. If I want to roll it into another room, I really like that that ability. If I want to slide this over in front of my computer so I can follow a tutorial, then that would be something I could do. It would be really, really nice. So that's something to consider if you are considering a standing desk. Like I said, I haven't tried any other models, I tried one other model and I haven't tried any other brands, so I can't really speak to this as a comparison to other brands out there, but I can definitely say this is high quality, and I'm super stoked about the glass top because I get messy, and just being able to clean something up with a razor blade or some Windex when I'm done and not have a stain, like anytime I painted a table white or a desk white, it just always got stained and it was so frustrating. So that's going to alleviate that problem for me. So I hope you found this useful. I hope it helps you make a decision if you're thinking about getting a standing desk. I'm really pleased with it. It's quiet to operate. There, just me slamming the door, you can see the little bit of wiggle. That's the wiggle that I think was the issue with using the sewing machine. And the other thing is, maybe if you had the non-caster feet on it, maybe it wouldn't vibrate as much. But I think it has to do with just the density of the surface. I don't know. It's one of those quirky things. If you got to sew, it's like you need a dense tabletop. But I think that pretty much does it for me. On this review. It's, you're getting what you pay for, that's for sure. You're getting a high quality product. Is it worth it to you? Only you can say that, but I thought I'd get this out before Christmas in case you were looking for something for the crafter in your life, or maybe the gamer in your life. This will take 110 pounds. The regular Comhar desk takes 110 pounds of weight, so you don't have to worry if you're putting like your printer or your monitor or whatever heavy computer equipment you might have, or whatever heavy art supplies you might want to have. This is 110 pound capacity. I know they have that pro version that's like a 220 pound capacity. So I don't know what you're putting on your table. Maybe, I don't know, you're a veterinarian, you need to put a heavy dog on there. I have no idea what you need a 220 pound capacity on your table for, but if you do, they have it. Not this one. This is 110, but I don't know what you do. I don't know what you want to put on your table. It's none of my business. I don't want to know. Don't leave a comment. I don't want to know what you're doing on your table that you need a 220 pound capacity for. But anyways, with that thought stuck in your brain, I am going to say farewell. I hope you enjoyed this review. And if you have any questions, let me know in the comments below. And if I know the answer, I'll be happy to answer it with you. Yeah, it's very, very straightforward. The only other thing I would add to this that's not included is I would put a command hook underneath there. So because I have this desk on casters, I would put a little white command hook on there, so I could just coil up the cord and hang it on there for when I want to roll it around. And that's something that they did at the retreat center that I went to on their desks. And I'm like, that's a fantastic idea. I'm totally going to copy that. But yeah, I also like the drawer because then you can, if you have a laptop or just like a watercolor sketchbook and a watercolor palette, you could tuck your stuff right in your drawer, and that way the surface is clear if somebody wants to come in and wrap a present or do some project on it. It keeps it nice and tidy, which I like. But I've got my Christmas scrapbook calendar out that I'm making for my mother, so I am going to work on that on this desk, and that'll be nice because then I can pick away at this project as I have time, and my computer's over there with my printer, and I can just print out photos as needed, so that's going to work really well for me. It was very handy that this was nice and sturdy and I could raise this up when I bound the calendar book, and then I could put it down low for when I want to sit and I just want to peruse my papers and photos and whatnot. So it's a, yeah, very, very good product, very high quality, and yeah, maybe it's worth it for you. At least you know a little bit more about it, and I hope you found it helpful. Thank you so much for watching. Please give me a thumbs up if you enjoy product reviews, art supply tutorials, all that jazz. And until next time, happy crafting. Bye!